Okay, the first question said to find an exponential model. The year was given here, and they wanted you to use 1 for the first year, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then the tuition. And the way they want you to do that is they want you to turn on your calculator. You got one of these calculators at home? If you don't, there's an app you can use on your phone maybe called Calculator X, but you probably have one of these. You start by going second stat. There's a button that says stat, and above it says list, and you're going to hit that button because you're going to need, no, that's wrong, sorry. You start by hitting stat, and it brings this menu up, and you want to edit, so you hit enter, and it brings those two lists. Now if there's anything in your list, you scoot up to where it says L1 and you hit clear and you hit enter. It clears it out. If there's anything in list 2, you scoot up there, you hit clear, hit enter, clears it out. Now you're ready to enter your data. This is going to go in list 1. Okay, so we're going to do 1, enter, and then I'm going to go over there and I'm going to put the tuition in, 3128. And then 2 is 3585. Well, I put it in the wrong spot. Hang on. I'll clear that out. That goes there. 3585. 3. Enter. I know you can't see that calculator very well. Maybe that'll help. 3 is 3776, and it's going to go, let me get it in the right spot, 3776. Okay, then I'm going to get over here in 4, and I'm going to enter 3950, and then for 5, I'm going to enter 4188. Okay, so I've got my data entered. The next thing you want to do is you want to hit stat, and it's going to bring this menu up. And you want to tell it to calculate, and you look down this list, and there's a whole bunch of things. And if you go all the way down here to the bottom, there you go, exponential regression. That's what you want to choose, option 10. So hit enter. Then it's going to ask you some questions. It's going to say, what do you want me to use for the X values? Oh, you put those numbers in L1. You could change it if you had them somewhere else, but you got them in L1. Y list, you want it to come from L2. I don't know what this frequency list means, so I'll skip that. It will store, this calculator will store this information and this equation in Y equals if you tell it to. So I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to press this button that says bars. And when I press it, it's going to say, okay, this menu, I want to scoot over, I want to select the Y bars, and I want to choose 1 because I think it's a function, and I want to put it in Y1, so I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to go down and sit on the word calculate and press enter. And it's going to give me this information right here. That's your regression. Those are your values. Let me write that here. Y equals 3022.75 times 1.07 to the x power. That's your equation. Now the question said, when will it be 6,000? Well, there's one thing I want you to do. I want you to hit Y equals on your calculator because it took that information and it put it in Y equals. And if you press second and graph, or second graph will take you to the table, then it's going to give you this list. And we're looking for when it's 6,000. And you see that it's close at 10 years, and then it's above 6,000 at 11 years. I don't know if your teacher wants you to be, I don't know how specific your teacher wants you to be, but you can see that between 10 and 11 is when that happens. If your teacher wants you to find it using the equation, then what your teacher's really asking you is, when will this stuff equal 6,000? And what you want to try to do is solve for x, just like you would any other time. So you're going to start by dividing both sides by 3022.75. And when you do that, I'm going to go back to the regular screen, 6,000 divided by 3022.75, make sure that's the right stuff. It's going to give me 1.98. So this is 1.98 equals 1.07 to some power. Now, what do you do next? You take the log of both sides. You take whatever you do to one side, you can do to the other, and this is where you take the log. You take the log of 1.98, and it's equal to the log of 1.07 to the x. Now what that does is, if you've studied logarithms and you know they got weird rules, that x is, you can pull that x over in front. It releases that x. So it's log of 1.98 equals x times the log of 1.07. Now, you think, okay, it's going to get real complicated, but really it's not. Now you just divide both sides by the log of 1.07. And you can do that on your calculator. You're going to do this problem on your calculator. So you're going to find the log button. It's over by the 7. 1.98 divided by log 1.07, and it's 10.09, which we would call that 10.10 if we were rounding. 10.10 years, which is exactly what we kind of thought when we did it by the table. Now I'm going to end this video and try to send it to you, and then I'll send you the other one.